Why your morning bread could be secretly damaging your health after 55. You wake up, prepare breakfast, and, as always, place that fresh, warm bread on the table. It feels comforting, familiar, even wholesome. But here's the truth most people don't realize. Depending on what you eat alongside that bread, you could be quietly harming your health every single day. The wrong combinations may be contributing to your constant fatigue, that stubborn belly that won't shrink, blood pressure that's never quite stable, and even more serious conditions like diabetes and heart disease. And here's the part that's most concerning. These effects tend to hit hardest after the age of 55, when your body's tolerance for food abuses is far lower. At this stage of life, taking care of your diet isn't just a good idea. It's a non-negotiable priority if you want to maintain energy, independence, and longevity. But before we dive into all that, if you're new here, welcome to the channel. We're here to help you live healthier, feel better, and age vibrantly. Be sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a wellness tip that could change your life. And tell us in the comments, where are you watching from? We love hearing from viewers around the world. Bread is deeply woven into our daily routines. It's there at breakfast, as an afternoon snack, and sometimes even at dinner. It's affordable, quick to prepare, and for many, it's a source of comfort and tradition. In countless households, fresh bakery bread is still bought daily, while others keep packaged sliced bread on standby in the pantry. On its own, particularly when made from whole grains, seeds, or through natural fermentation, bread can be part of a balanced diet. Whole grain and seeded varieties deliver more fiber, minerals, and antioxidants, which can help regulate digestion and blood sugar. Studies in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, 2018, show that whole grains are linked to reduced cardiovascular risk, improved gut microbiota diversity, and lower inflammation markers compared to refined grains. But here's the hidden risk. Bread itself isn't usually the problem. It's the high-risk foods we often combine it with that can turn an otherwise harmless meal into a metabolic stressor. As we get older, certain biological changes make us far less resilient to bad food pairings. Slower digestion, food stays longer in the stomach and intestines, which can intensify blood sugar spikes and fat absorption. Reduced insulin sensitivity, diabetologia. 2011 studies show cells struggle to absorb glucose, increasing the risk of type 2 diabetes. Lower metabolic flexibility, cell metabolism. 2017 studies shows the body becomes less efficient at switching between burning carbs and fats, leading to more fat storage. Increased inflammation risk in Nature Reviews Immunology. 2019 study shows that poor food combinations can trigger chronic, low-grade inflammation, which silently damages blood vessels, the brain, and internal organs. This is why someone who's been eating the same bread-based breakfast for decades can suddenly find themselves gaining weight, feeling fatigued, or developing higher cholesterol and blood pressure, without changing portion sizes. When bread, especially white or refined bread, is paired with processed foods high in sugar, unhealthy fats, or artificial additives, several harmful effects can occur. Sharp blood sugar spikes in the Lancet Diabetes and Endocrinology. 2020 frequent surges in glucose lead to repeated insulin bursts, which over time drive insulin resistance. Chronic inflammation damages arteries, stiffens blood vessels, and accelerates cellular aging. Liver and pancreas overload, constantly processing excess sugar and fat, eventually fatigues these organs. Increased abdominal fat storage in circulation. 2016, particularly dangerous for heart health. Poor circulation reduces oxygen and nutrient delivery to muscles and organs, impairing recovery and vitality. Think of your body as a high-precision engine. In youth, that engine can handle occasional low-quality fuel. But after decades of wear, every poor-quality mixture, every bad food pairing, speeds up the breakdown. The warning signs start subtly: morning stiffness, headaches, restless sleep, then progress into chronic, harder-to-reverse conditions. Reason number 1. The glycemic peak problem. Bread, especially white bread, has a high glycemic index, GI, meaning it's rapidly broken down into glucose, flooding your bloodstream with sugar. When you pair it with sugary spreads, jam, honey, chocolate spreads, or sweetened drinks, juice, soda, coffee with sugar, the effect multiplies. The spike forces your pancreas to release a large burst of insulin to bring glucose levels down. Over time, This constant overproduction leads to insulin resistance, a major driver of type 2 diabetes and metabolic syndrome. Research from Diabetes Care, 2010, confirms that high GI meals combined with added sugars can significantly increase post-meal glucose and insulin levels, even in healthy adults. Reason number 2, digestive overload. Some bread pairings slow down digestion and strain your gastrointestinal system. The result can be bloating from slow fermentation in the gut, gas and discomfort from excess microbial activity in the intestines, acid reflux from prolonged food retention in the stomach, lingering heaviness that saps energy for hours. If you already have gastritis, reflux, or irritable bowel syndrome, the effects are magnified. Chronic digestive stress can inflame the stomach lining, disturb gut microbiome balance, and reduce nutrient absorption. Studies in Gut, 2018, link such digestive dysfunction to systemic inflammation, impaired immunity, and even mood changes. Reason number 3, silent inflammation. Some foods are inherently inflammatory, meaning they set off immune responses that can quietly smolder for months or even years. When you combine these foods with bread, a simple carbohydrate that digests quickly and spikes blood sugar, you're essentially pouring gasoline on that hidden fire. The danger? Chronic inflammation is often invisible at first, but beneath the surface it irritates tissues, causing joint pain and stiffness, stresses the immune system, leading to persistent fatigue, damages blood vessel walls, triggering circulatory problems, speeds up aging, and increases risk for chronic diseases. After age 55, these effects accelerate because your metabolism slows, tissue repair weakens, and dietary mistakes add up faster. The processed meat problem. If there's one beloved food pairing worldwide, it's bread with ham, salami, mortadella, turkey breast, or other cold cuts. Convenient? Yes. Harmless? Far from it. Cold cuts are processed meats preserved with nitrites and nitrates to maintain color, flavor, and shelf life. Research links these additives to increased heart disease risk. British Medical Journal, 2019. A study of 400,000 adults found a 44% higher risk in high-processed meat consumers. Colorectal cancer risk, BMC Medicine, 2022. Even 50g daily raised risk significantly. Gut microbiome disruption, American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, 2018. Nitrites reduce beneficial bacteria and increase inflammation. Bread, especially white bread, already causes a rapid glycemic spike. Paired with the sodium, saturated fats, and chemical preservatives in processed meats, it becomes a metabolic double hit. 1. Blood sugar surges strain your pancreas. 2. Sodium overload raises blood pressure and causes fluid retention. 3. Chemical additives stress the liver and damage gut flora. After 55, your kidneys filter sodium less efficiently, your liver clears toxins more slowly, and your gut lining may already be fragile, making the harm disproportionately worse. Even lean or light cold cuts aren't safe. That appealing pink color and smoky flavor? Still the product of heavy processing. The damage is cumulative and silent. Swap processed meats for natural proteins like boiled eggs, shredded chicken, tuna, chickpea spread, or avocado, all nourishing and anti-inflammatory. Margarine, the fake friend. For decades, margarine was sold as the healthy alternative to butter. But science says otherwise. Margarine is made from refined vegetable oils that are hydrogenated to turn them solid, creating trans fats, which the body can't process normally. These fats raise LDL, bad cholesterol, and lower HDL, good cholesterol, cause cellular inflammation. Harvard School of Public Health, 2015. Trans fats increase heart disease risk by 23% even at low intake. Damage artery walls, leading to atherosclerosis. Pair margarine with white bread, and you get a 1-2 punch. Bread's refined carbs spike blood sugar and insulin. Margarine's artificial fats inflame your cardiovascular system. Even zero trans fat margarines aren't innocent. They still undergo heavy refining and contain chemical stabilizers and dyes your body doesn't need. Use extra virgin olive oil, ghee, or homemade natural spreads. These supply healthy fats your body can use for repair, hormone balance, and energy, without fueling inflammation. After 55, every food pairing matters more. The wrong combinations, like bread with processed meats or margarine, don't just add calories. They quietly accelerate aging and disease. Swap even one of these harmful combinations for a healthier alternative. Your joints, heart, brain, and future self will thank you. The third and final combination on our list is one of the most common, and paradoxically, one of the most harmful, especially for those over 55, bread paired with industrialized sweets. It might seem innocent, even nostalgic. Many people remember spreading dulce de leche, fruit jam, hazelnut cream, condensed milk, or sweetened cream cheese on bread as a childhood treat. For some, it's still a go-to breakfast or afternoon snack. But what feels comforting to the mind can be quietly destructive to the body, especially as we age. The danger starts with the ingredient profile of most industrialized sweets. These products are loaded with refined sugar, high fructose corn syrup or glucose syrup, hydrogenated vegetable oils, artificial flavorings, synthetic colors, and chemical preservatives. Each of these alone stresses the body. Together, they act like a metabolic time bomb, overloading the liver, spiking blood sugar, accelerating fat storage, and triggering low-grade inflammation. Now add white bread to the mix. With its high glycemic index, white bread breaks down rapidly into glucose, intensifying the blood sugar surge caused by the sweet topping. This leads to a glycemic spike, a sudden rise in blood glucose that forces the pancreas to release large amounts of insulin to shuttle the sugar into your cells. Over time, these repeated spikes, especially multiple times a day, contribute to insulin resistance, a condition in which your cells stop responding efficiently to insulin. According to a 2019 study in Nutrients, chronic high glycemic diets are strongly linked to the progression of insulin resistance and the development of type 2 diabetes, particularly in older adults. But the story doesn't end there. High insulin levels are also a powerful fat storage signal, especially in the abdominal region. This visceral fat is not just a cosmetic issue, it's metabolically active and inflammatory. Research published in the Lancet Diabetes and Endocrinology shows that excess abdominal fat increases the risk of cardiovascular disease, certain cancers, and even neurodegenerative conditions like Alzheimer's. Then there's the infamous energy crash. The initial sugar high is followed by a rapid drop in blood glucose, known as reactive hypoglycemia, which leaves you feeling tired, irritable, and craving more sugar or carbs. This cycle can easily repeat several times a day, creating constant energy instability and increasing overall calorie intake. The damage extends to your brain and appetite regulation. Artificial sweeteners and chemical additives found in diet, light, or zero-sugar versions can alter gut microbiota, slow metabolism, and disrupt the brain's hunger satiety signals. A 2021 review in Frontiers in Nutrition noted that artificial sweeteners can paradoxically increase cravings for sweet and high-calorie foods, undermining weight control efforts. For those over 55, these effects hit harder. Your pancreas may produce less insulin efficiently, your metabolism is naturally slower, and your body's ability to recover from oxidative stress and inflammation is reduced. That means a simple bread and jam breakfast can quietly fuel a cascade of metabolic changes that, over years, lead to chronic disease. What to do instead? Replace industrialized spreads with whole fruit options like mashed banana, papaya, or berries. For a richer flavor, try a light drizzle of pure honey or date paste, both in moderation. Make your own spreads, such as unsweetened peanut or almond butter, homemade fruit preserves without added sugar, or avocado with a touch of cacao and honey for a dessert-like spread that nourishes rather than harms. When you understand the science behind these food combinations, the choice becomes clearer. Your meals after 55 can either act as medicine, lowering inflammation, balancing blood sugar, protecting the heart and brain, or as silent poison that erodes health over time. Now that you know the 3 combinations to avoid, processed meats, margarine, and industrialized sweets on bread, you have the power to transform your diet without giving up bread entirely. Pair it instead with natural proteins, healthy fats, and whole, unprocessed foods. Every bite counts. Every pairing matters. At this stage of life, small, consistent changes can yield powerful results. More energy, sharper mental focus, better weight control, and a significantly lower risk of chronic disease. Your plate is your daily prescription. Choose ingredients that heal, and your body will thank you for decades to come. If this video helped you, share, and subscribe for more science-backed health strategies. And tell us in the comments, which pairing will you stop first, and what will you replace it with? Your experience could inspire someone else's transformation. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.